What's up, everybody? It's your girl Kiwan, and I am back with Belle Collective Birmingham, season 1, episode 2. Tiff happens. Y'all, before I start, make sure y'all like, comment, subscribe, click the notification bell button so you can be updated on every video I drop. Make sure y'all like the video so I can stay in the algorithm, okay? Shout out to all the new subscribers. Welcome to my channel. I hope y'all like my content. Yada, yada, yada. All right. Okay. Let me just say this. Dear Carlos Dontavius King, this is the intro. This is the intro for your bells. Okay? These ladies are so authentically them versus how the other bells came on as if they had to put on or something. Anyway, this was an intro, and I'm not mad at this intro. It was simple, it was cute, and you were showing them kind of doing what they was doing with their family, kind of like a little housewife-ish, but I'm not mad at it because it wasn't what you kept giving us with the Belle Collective these past 2 or 3 seasons. Okay, so anyway, the episode picks up with Amber and Kyla. They're still having a conversation about who didn't speak to who, and Kyla was like, I don't remember, and Amber was like, well, you walked past me twice, and Kyla was like, but I don't even know you like that. And it's like, oh my God, why are we here? Why are we here? Okay, y'all could have just spoke to each other. Okay, if she didn't speak to you, you go over there and you speak to her. But you're making this thing a thing, and it shouldn't be big. It's been nipped. Okay, I don't want to hear shit about this no more. But it seems as though Amber has not let this go. And the only reason I'm saying that was because later in the episode, when they're at Fumi's house, and Kyla tells Fumi that she's not married, and there's that confessional chit chat, and Amber started to laugh. What's funny? But anyway, what was I about to say? Moving along. Tiffany and Will. So Tiffany said to Will that Stormy's event was dope, and they're getting ready to set up for their couples event. Tiffany is very strong on couples events. Apparently your couple has to be at this event, and we're going to talk about that shit later. Because I was like, what? What is this? Anyway, Tiffany decided she wants to have another baby. And Will was like, he wants to have a vasectomy. And I'm not mad at that. The problem I have is when you ladies are having all of these babies, and the man says, I don't want to have any more babies, and I want to have a vasectomy. You want him to change his mind. No. You're a businesswoman. You have all of these businesses. You're having all of these kids. Girl, no ma'am. You know what? I'm not even in these people marriage, so I'm gonna mind my business. She said that she wants Will to reconsider having a vasectomy, but Will doesn't want to have any more children, and I'm not mad at it. So then we get to Stormy and Fumi. Okay, Stormy goes over to Fumi's house because Fumi is having an event with all of the ladies. She wants to get to know the ladies, so everybody's going to come by her house. Fumi said life is too short to be eating biscuits and gravy. Okay, it is what it is. Y'all know Fumi is Nigerian. Okay, when she has the jollof rice. When I tell y'all I can go for some good jollof rice, if y'all never had it from an authentic African, y'all missing out. And I tell you, they put their damn foot in that jollof rice. That's all I'm gonna say. It be good though. I ain't gonna. So she tells Stormy that all of the ladies were very friendly and warm, except for Tiffany. She said, listen, I was talking to Tiffany's bestie at your event, And so Tiffany kind of piped up and was like, oh, you want to just take my bestie from me? And so Fumi felt kind of taken up. She was taken aback by that because she was like, nah, girl, I ain't like that. She didn't say that, but I'm just throwing that in there. So Tiffany then asked Fumi, so Amber knocks on the door, ring the bell, and Fumi answers the door. And so she tells Amber, hey, I'm feeling a way about Tiffany because, she just feel like it just felt like we just didn't jam, and we didn't, we just couldn't find our footing together as a, we just couldn't find our footing. And so Amber was like, no, Tiffany is cool. She's always like, hey. That's what she said. And so, Amber is vouching for Tiffany. So, get another bell ring. It's actually Tiffany. So, she goes, open the door for Tiffany. Everybody exchange pleasantries. Tiffany walks in the kitchen, and that damn dog started barking at Tiffany. Trey was growling and barking at Tiffany. I was like, when dogs start barking at people, I'll be like, Lord. Not often though, because that's what dogs do. But the way the dog was barking only at Tiffany, I was like, no ma'am. So Tiffany was like, you're going to put your dog up? Why? And so I think she said in her confessional, why is your dog in the kitchen? This is nasty, and yada, yada, yada. So then Tiffany asks Fumi, are you taking my coat? And I'm just like, okay, these are the little things, Tiffany, that are going to bother us. Because you are one of those people who act like everybody around you has to do things for you. Like, she just has this air. I'm telling y'all, this woman has this air about herself, and I feel like she want to be a low-key first lady. That's what she be giving. A first lady who act like when she take a shit, she can't wipe her ass. I hope they ain't got nothing out there like that. Y'all know I just say stuff at the top of my head. So anyway, Kyla walks in. And Amber still feels away because Kyla arrived, and it's like, girl, get over it. Okay, get over it. Get a bridge and get over it. Like, ugh. So anyway, Fumi want them to do caviar bumps. So Fumi was like, well, does anybody around here have fish allergies? Stormy was like, I might have one. Girl, no ma'am. No ma'am. Here, try this. Bump this caviar. And looking at everybody's face, I was like, I don't want fish balls. Not in my mouth. So Tiffany is holding the caviar in her mouth. They ask her to swallow. So she was like, well, we get to find out that Tiffany doesn't swallow, but Stormy has swallowed. Fumi will swallow for a house and pop it on a handstand. Just wasn't needed. If you swallow, that is fine. Okay? If you go, that is fine. Okay? We don't want to know. Thanks, management. Anyway, so Tiffany is having an event, and she didn't invite Fumi because Fumi's husband wasn't, I don't know if he's out of town, but he's not there. Amber will be there, but she's going to be helping at the door, but we know Amber isn't married. So we'll find out later what her job is as the person who guards the door. And I just, whoo, child, see that Tiffany and her, So Stormy said, I want to come, but my man ain't going to be here. Y'all know Courtney is somewhere. I don't think Courtney wants to be on TV. Honestly, I think he'll do like a pop-up here and there in a conversation with Stormy, but I think he wants Stormy to be all of this is for Stormy. And I think it's probably having a lot to do with them being on Love and Marriage Huntsville. I think I'm gonna go out on a limb and say that. Anyway, Stormy was like, well, I want to work the front door as well. So Fumi said, well, since they want to work the door, I'm coming because I want to work the door. So Kyla was like, well, I won't be there. Well, Fumi, she was like, I won't be there because she's newly divorced. Fumi was like, well, I didn't know you were divorced. And she was like, yeah, I'm divorced. And she was like, well, what about so Fumi thought that Kyla's date was her husband. She was like, no, that was my friend. All right. So anyway, Fumi at this point have the ladies to try on a Nigerian garb, which everybody looked cute. Everybody did good in their model walk. And not the photographer called Tiffany Mary Magdalene. I said, my God, on today. But it was cute. Everybody had a good time. So Tiffany talks to the ladies because Fumi was like, oh my God, you had a surprise wedding and a proposal and wedding. Fumi said, I wouldn't have liked that because I'm an A-type. Fumi, nobody asked you. Okay? I do not like when people ask me a question. Do not ask me a question and then turn it around on you to say what you wouldn't like. Don't do that. Don't do that because I don't care. You asked me and I'm glowing and basking in the good thing that had happened to me, and you want to rain on my parade and be like, oh, I wouldn't have liked that. I don't care. I'm just saying, y'all. I really don't like that. So anyway, Tiffany said she put her dress. She didn't know she was getting married. She didn't, none of it. So I guess in the spirit of faith and praying for her husband, because Tiffany give me that. I'm Lord, where is my husband? Okay. Yeah. So she was like, well, wait, I'm trying to find my notes. She put the dress on layaway. She was like, I ain't thinking nothing. I'm just putting the dress on layaway, and voila. I don't know. Maybe I missed something. Y'all explain that to me in the comments. Anyway, Tiffany was like, hey, I have to go because I have to get the babies. I don't even think Tiffany walked out the door good. Fumi is still telling the ladies that Tiffany wasn't warm to her. And I was like, Fumi, you had this conversation earlier. Why are we still revisiting these conversations? But I see what Fumi was going with it. She was like, I wasn't really warm to her, so I'm not sure if I should be going to her event. Amber was like, you should come to the event. And you should come to the couples event. So Fumi was like, cool. I'll be there. So Stormy is doing a photo shoot. Lala is there, and they're doing the photo shoot for their live promo for Lala's body glaze roll. I mean, it's the body glaze butter. She has the roll, and I want to say Lala has perfume. I've never smelled Stormy's things, but I actually do want to try. So I may just get like the miniature set, because I don't want to spend my money on it and I don't like it. I'm gonna be mad, okay? Because I only use cocoa butter and EOS, Palmer's and EOS. That's it. So anyway, Lala is there, and I tell you, this lady body is so tea. She's so beautiful. I remember Lala from was she on TRL, or she was hosting the MTV Countdown. She used to work for MTV. She used to host the Countdown. She used to do the red carpets. That is how we remember Lala. So, and then she married, of course she married what's his name, last name Anthony, Carmelo. She married Carmelo Anthony. Then she had her her reality show, and I used to watch all of that. Anyway, Lala gives Stormy her flowers and being an entrepreneur and just showing out and doing the damn thing. It was actually Lala who DM'd Stormy, slid in her. She was like, I slid in her DM. I was like, that's so cute. And so she wanted to work with Stormy on her line. And I'm just like, shout out to Stormy. Honestly, y'all, shout out to the women of Birmingham, because I'm impressed. I'm impressed by them being genuine. I sometimes think Tiffany is a bit disingenuous, but for the most part, fully, I think Tiffany is as genuine as she is. I don't know. I'm just not mad at it. So anyway, Stormy and Lala, they are 7 days from their TikTok live for their body glaze promo. So we also find out that Stormy is actually good with cameras and all of that, because she was 24 credit hours away from getting her BFA in photography. And again, Lala did well at her photo shoot. She looked great. So then we get to Kayla. And she's been in business for over 7 or 8 years. And, you know, she's been in her business for 7 or 8 years. Her boyfriend, I forgot his name. I did not write down his name. I don't know if it was David or Anthony. I don't know. They neither may have been his name. But he's 52. I was like, okay. He lives in Dallas and he's a marketer. They've been together for over a year now. Her kids doesn't know anything about him because she hadn't said anything. His name is Jason. So she wants to tell her kids about Jason, but she feels like the timing needs to be right. And so she was talking about her co-parenting situation and how it's hard and it's ghetto. And it sounds like this raggedy nigga is making her life hard. Anyway, Stormy's creative team meeting. They're doing a midweek critique in their team meeting, which I think is the dopest thing, because if you have an issue with somebody, whatever it is, y'all handle that on the floor and you leave it there. So I wasn't mad at it. Delano have a conversation with the other employee and he tells her what he didn't like that she did to him. And, you know, he said something about he lost respect for her. The lady started to cry. And so Stormy was like, listen, everybody has to have an opportunity to be heard, and everybody should be respected. When we critique you, it doesn't mean that we're attacking you. She said, I've been in meetings like this, and because I've been in things like this and meetings like this, it has allowed me to soar in my craft and what I'm doing. And I just think that's awesome. Stormy really wants everybody to operate as a family, and I can kind of see the family dynamics. I can see it. So then we get to this damn Christian Mingle couples game night. No wonder this woman only want husbands and wives at this stupid ass event, but whatever. Amber asked Stormy if, you're here, you're hosting with me. And Stormy was like, yeah. So Amber says, listen, we're going to be taking pics. We're going to be picking up trash. Stormy was like, hold up, wait a minute. I'm not picking up anybody's trash. So Stormy was like, I'm royalty. I don't do trash. Okay? Again, this is another display of Tiffany that you're requiring the people around you to be a maid. Like a maid service girl. Hire somebody to pick the shit up. Okay? Or have these grown ass married people throw their own shit away. You want your friends to come in. Your friends who can't come. Some of your single friends. Because you're the type of woman who always want to hang out with married people, and you're the type of woman who feel like only married people should hang out with married people, and when I don't like when y'all do that, it give a little bit of insecure. Don't nobody want y'all spouse but y'all, okay? I'm just saying, shit is aggravating to me. Signed, I don't want to sit in front of married people anyway. I damn sure don't be wanting to sit in front of single people. I like to sit by myself. But whatever. So, she said her event is for married couples and not married couples without their spouse. So, I forget one of the ladies' name. And Fumi showed up. Everybody showed up. They showed up without their husbands. And so, Tiffany was like, ugh. She didn't say that, but, you know, she was just aggravated by it. So they played a tic-tac-tag game, which I thought was cute. They have a cup in one room, the cup's in one room, and they have the tic-tac-toe on the floor. So they have to take the cup, take the cup, put it on the, to do the tic-tac-toe, they have to run back and forward until somebody have a tic-tac-toe. And I think it has to be everybody has to line up, and then they go, the next person go. I think the man, the husband and wife versus the other couple. I don't know. But it was cute. It was really cute. Shit got real weird when they started to play Find the Hole. I found it rather disturbing for the men to sit with a cup between their legs and they're women with a straw in their mouth. So the women can take the straw and put it in the hole of the bottle, not the cup, the bottle. And the bottle, again, it's between the man's legs. So it looks like they're down on all fours about to give head. Okay? I thought that was cringy. I thought that, first of all, I thought it was good for TV, so to give people something to talk about. Now, I don't know what y'all couples be doing, okay? Okay, but it is what it is. You can't be embarrassed by it. But it's almost like the men were literally enjoying this. Like, especially on TV. Like, there ain't no way. We're not going to do that. So, Tiffany and Fumi have a conversation. Fumi lets Tiffany know, hey, I feel like you was being, she didn't say this, I'm paraphrasing. I feel like you was moving a little weird at Stormy's event. And she told Tiffany exactly what she done. And what she said, like, about her and her you want my best friend, or something to that effect. Tiffany was like, I don't recall saying that. Something tells me that Tiffany is lying her ass off. That's how I feel. I feel like Tiffany is lying. I feel like you remember exactly what you said, because you knew Fumi took over the entire conversation. You didn't forget that. You just wanted to be, you want to be difficult. You want to be the difficult first lady. Okay, the nice, nasty church lady. Okay? So, I feel like they both are talking to respond. Nobody's listening to anybody. And this is where the episode ended, with them. I didn't say that. Yes, you did. No, I didn't. It got on my nerves. I did not write down what was happening. I didn't have the wherewithal. So that is all I got, y'all. This episode was good. I'm actually enjoying. I am hearing great things about this show. But let me tell y'all what to do. If y'all live in the Birmingham area, and y'all know if that old police chief, I don't know his name, if he's single, okay, y'all tell him to come around here and watch my reviews, okay? I can use the trip to Birmingham. I can use a trip to Alabama. Okay, and there's a couple of places I need to be at in Alabama anyway. But one of them is with him. Okay, so y'all tell him to come on in, like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. okay? And click the notification bell button so he can be notified on every time I drop a video. You heard me? That's all my New Orleans y'all gonna get. With all of that being, that's all I got, y'all, for real. Sorry. With all of that being said, this is your girl Kiwan reminding you to keep growing, keep showing up, keep growing, stay true to yourself, and I will see y'all in the next video. Bye.